Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's about 4 o'clock here in Maryland. And so this is Dave coming to you from the Paddock in Southern Maryland. So I made it back. Made it back from the Wyoming house. How I did it, I'll tell you in a minute. I'm smoking my, I guess, kind of my new Maryland Meerschaum Churchill. This is my favorite pipe here in Maryland. I'm smoking Old Dark Fired, the Ready Rub version. It's one of my favorites. Thank you, Greg. It's actually bowl number 2 for me. So I had a crazy last few days, so I'll just go over it. So it started Friday. Friday, I drove from Wyoming house to Denver and picked up my son Sean, my adopted daughter, and Ranger. Sasha was with me. We all drove back on Saturday. So drove to Denver on Friday, had a great dinner and nice afternoon with Sean and Natalie and Ranger. Then we all drove back to Wyoming on Saturday, and that way Sean has a gas-powered vehicle. He's going to take the expedition when he heads home in a month. Sean and Natalie are at the house for a while, and then Sean's got a series of friends coming through. So Sean's going to spend the month of August at the Wyoming house, which is pretty cool. So I essentially had a day and a half with Sean and Ranger and Natalie. So I was getting them there Friday and Saturday. So basically 7-hour drive each way, which really isn't too bad. I've probably driven it 15 times, so it's not a big deal. It's about 500 miles, 7 hours. And August is a perfect time. There's really no weather to worry about. Then I got up at 4 o'clock Sunday morning and got Sasha in the truck, my big black Maryland truck. We headed for home. And since I didn't need to go to Denver, I drove through the wilds of Wyoming to get down to Rawlings, which is I-80, which is the way I always go. But then I stayed on I-80. Normally I drive a couple hours and then take a right on I-25 South, which takes me right down to Denver. But I didn't have to do that, and that's a 3 or 4 hour diversion. So we just stayed on I-80 East, and you just really never get off I-80. You get off when you get cities, you get on loop roads and things, but you basically stay on I-80 all the way into Maryland. And we didn't have any hotel reservations for Sasha and I just thought, we'll just see how far we go. It ended up being a 30-hour drive. We drove nonstop. So we left at 4 a.m. Wyoming time. On Sunday morning, we pulled into the house in Maryland at noon on Monday. So it was a 30-hour drive. Got to see the sunrise twice through the windshield. And Sasha did great. We needed 6 stops between Sasha and the truck needing to be filled. We made 6 gas stops essentially. It was not as hard as I expected. I expected the late morning to be the worst, that 24-hour mark, 4 a.m. Monday morning. It was actually later, about 8 or 9 a.m. For about an hour or two, I was struggling. That when we pulled in, I didn't feel bad. In fact, I stayed up for the rest of Monday, went to bed, kind of regular bedtime last night. So I feel, my clock is adjusted. I feel like it's 3 o'clock on Tuesday now. So that's how we can get back, how we ended up getting back. I wanted to see if we could do it. I wanted to see how Sasha would hold up. I wanted to see how I would hold up at 60. I haven't done a kind of an all-nighter in quite a while. So I just wanted to see if something were to go wrong when I was in either place. Really, what's the shortest time frame it would take me to get to the other place? And the answer is 30 hours. I don't think it could be done much quicker. You might be able to cut 30 minutes off, but we were hauling pretty good. We did 80 miles an hour most of the way. Pretty much whatever the posted speed limit is, +9 is pretty much what I drive. So for most of the trip, it's 75, 80 miles an hour. In some places, I could do 85 without a big deal. So 6 stops. I think it would definitely take 4 or 5 to keep the truck filled up. And then Sasha needed 1 that the truck didn't. So that was our 6th stop. So 30 hours, 6 stops. I think it's about the quickest I could do it. So it's good to know. Survived it. I know I can still do it. And I know how quickly I can get from one place to the next if it was demanded of me. Now, we had no weather stops. We had no weather issues. We only had a couple traffic issues. So some of the items that I'm not in control of went in my favor. So that might have made it why it was 30. Traffic jams could add another couple hours very easily. A horrible snowstorm or blizzard or road closure could add more. So that's why I think the best I can do is 30 hours from one side to the next. Anyway, just thought I'd tell you that. I don't know how many people care, but tonight is C&D's release of their Sun Bear for the year. It's going to be the Black Lotus product. At 6 p.m. on the East Coast. It's only about 2.5 hours. Not even that. Yeah, about 2 or 2.5 hours from right now. By the time I get this done and edited and loaded, it might actually be like 6 o'clock. But the Sun Bear Black Locust from C&D is due to be released tonight at 6. They say it was the most popular Sun Bear product they've released. They say it'll be gone within a few hours. I don't really know. Maybe that's true. I know it's being released a small batch. I don't know if that's 5,000 or 15,000 or 25,000 tins. I just don't know. I'm going to try and jump on and get a few for the seller back here. And, if you're interested, I just want to be another voice of getting out there that I wouldn't wait. I'd get on it tonight overnight, first thing in the morning. It might be gone by midnight. I don't really know. So anyway, if you can do it, if you need a tin, try to do it 6, 7 o'clock tonight. So I absolutely love the last month. Being in Wyoming is preferable to me. I feel much more comfortable in my Wyoming house than I do here in Maryland, even though I've lived here for 30 years. The difference between being in the house completely on my own and with one dog, Sasha in this case, is really amazing. It's amazing how much of a companion animal Sasha is. I learned that with Ranger, actually. Ranger's a great companion animal as well. And just being in the house completely on your own just feels awful. But having Sasha with me this whole month was really fantastic. So I enjoyed the trip immensely. Hit some of the hottest weather Jackson's ever seen. They're having the hottest summer they've ever had. And that's from people who've lived there 50, 60 years. Saw that all that smoke come in from California and Oregon. Got to see Sean on both ends of the trip. Got to spend a little bit of time with Ranger on both ends of the trip. Got to see Natalie on the last 2 days. So it was just a really good trip. Feels good to get home. Feels good to be back in the paddock. The paddock is one of the best parts of my Maryland life. So being able to do videos and say hi to you guys and have a smoke over here and bring Sasha is really enjoyable. So in 2 days, my daughter leaves Thursday morning. Amory and Lauren head south. They're driving. Lauren starts her senior year of college on Monday. So they're going to take Thursday and Friday and drive down, and Saturday and Sunday and move in. And then Amory's coming home Sunday evening. And Lauren starts her kind of the forced march, that grueling schedule of hers begins Monday. So really, Sunday night will be tough in my house. I know Amory's gonna be quite sad. She and Lauren have that special bond that some mothers and daughters have. It's not something I can make up for. So I know Amory's gonna have a tough couple of weeks starting Sunday night. After 2 or 3 weeks, it gets back to normal, and Amory starts to look for Christmas break because we get her back probably for a month. And after that, she'll look forward to spring break. She'll go down and spend spring break with her. And then the real trouble begins next May when Lauren graduates. I get a job with Hasbro, and is contemplating moving to the Bay Area in California. So that's a rough conversation for my wife as well. But anyway, that's part of being parents. Part of being parents of a very successful set of kids. Sean lives in Denver. Lauren will probably move from Sarasota to the Bay Area. So that's just modern parenting is, keeping a connection with your kids as they grow up. Requires effort on our part. We can't expect it all from the kids. So that's kind of what's happening on the family side here in Maryland. I have a couple of you thank you notes, thank you videos. I got some nice boxes sitting here when I got home. I got a really nice one in Wyoming. So I think there's at least 3 thank you vids, and I'll get those done over the next, as this week goes on. I just watched the vid. Corvette Jim got home. He got released and he actually got back to his house. So that's really good news. I guess the bad news is they don't know what happened and they're gonna have to start doing medical diagnosis. Yeah, I wish you the best as you go through that process. Trying to figure out what's wrong is tough, whether it be a car, a computer, a human body. We're not very good at diagnosing sometimes. So hopefully it's efficient, finds out what's wrong and can get it addressed. I, like you, would not be able to not drive and just sit in my house all day long every day for weeks on end. So I certainly understand why, even though they've advised you shouldn't be driving till you find out what's wrong, I understand that sometimes you just have to. You go crazy otherwise. So definitely understand that side of it. So it looks like the Columbus Pipe Show is as big a success as everybody hoped it would be. It looked like everybody had fun. Great YTPC, participation. It was fun to watch the vids from there. It sounds like most people have actually made it that were headed that way. I know a few didn't, but and let's see, Friday night I was driving to Denver, and on Saturday I was driving back to Denver, so I was nowhere near Columbus. I drove through it maybe at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning Monday morning, so that was as close as I got to the pipe show this year. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to shut up and go ahead and put this video up. Just say hi to everybody and let everybody know if everything's good. I don't know if I get back to daily videos or not, but I can turn my videos long, and I know most people don't like that. So I'm going to try to do a series of shorter ones, and so I'm going to shut up. Hope everything's good, you guys. I enjoy your videos. I keep up. I think I watch all your vids. So that's it for now. Hopefully have a good Tuesday, and we'll probably talk again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.